I've been watching so many spooky videos lately, I thought it was time to watch another spooky video together. And the link to the original video will be in the description down below. So, let's take a look at this one. Nuke's Top 5.
5 ghosts caught on camera. The West Virginia Penitentiary.
Often some of the best videos are from Nuke's Top 5.
The infamous West Virginia Penitentiary is one of the oldest prisons in the United States. The sprawling fortress-like prison operated from 1876 to 1995. It housed some of the world's most dangerous inmates. In fact, after numerous horrifying attacks and homicides in the penitentiary, the U.S. Department of Justice named the prison one of the 10 most violent correctional facilities in the U.S. Almost 1,000 men lost their lives in the West Virginia Penitentiary.
Not a nice place.
Execution, or the frequent brutal attacks by fellow inmates. The Foreman brothers, Josh, Rocky, and Sean, from the YouTube channel Paranormal Nightmare, traveled to the small town of Moundsville to investigate the allegedly haunted West Virginia Penitentiary.
Right now we're here at West Virginia State Penitentiary.
And I think it's interesting that even though they're not using it anymore, they've still left it there. They haven't torn it down or anything. And from this picture, if you look at the mouse right here, it looks like there is a light on, or maybe that's just a little window. I was thinking maybe they still had electricity piping in, but maybe they leave it up as sort of like a historical artifact.
We're going to get started in the cell block area. This area here is where they housed most of the violent inmates.
In 1986, a brutal attack by a fellow inmate ended the life of prisoner Red Snyder. Many claim to have seen Red's ghost still walking the prison halls.
Red, my name is Josh. This is Rocky and Sean. They were talking about you earlier today, that one of your friends brutally murdered you right here in this cell.
Some friend.
Can you see us? Let us know if you're in here.
And then whenever I stopped, it stopped. But then I asked. I asked.
Loud bang.
Josh and Rocky Foreman head to the second floor cell block to do a spirit box session. They capture some very bizarre and unsettling responses.
Is this your cell? I'm no longer in prison. Where are you at if you're not in prison? Are you free?
Out of that first phrase, it sounds a little bit like what they put on the screen, but it's kind of a stretch to get there. And the second phrase was maybe a little more clear, but still maybe a touch of a stretch. I always approach these things skeptically. I keep an open mind about them, certainly. But I always approach them a little more skeptically and try to think of them from perhaps a more scientific point of view. Let's keep watching.
Can you still hear us? Yes? Can you say Josh?
Absolutely cut.
Then say it. Say Josh.
Yeah, just a Josh.
I heard you.
The Foreman brothers reunite on the prison's main floor and are
Maybe.
walking down the dark hallway.
Maybe.
Suddenly, they see this.
Josh, Rocky heard that talking sound again down there.
Oh, did you see that? I caught that. Oh, shadow.
Oh, there's something there.
A dark, shadowy figure seems to just appear out of thin air at the end of the hallway. Then, walks out of sight.
This handle.
Or is it just someone else hiding out in the building?
Go stand by, Sean. This handle.
Like a squatter.
You can clearly see on the video as Sean walks by, his shadow is cast on the inside wall.
The Paranormal Nightmare team tries to debunk this bizarre shadow figure, but they come up with no answers. So is this the ghost of one of the inmates who lost his life in the prison? You decide.
Well, it could be a type 1 entity, or it could be a squatter, but I don't know. It's not clear or definite either way.
Over on their YouTube channel, Paranormal Nightmare TV series, you can check out more of the Foreman brothers and their paranormal investigations. Hider in the house. Chilean TikTok user Franco Villegas claims that lately odd supernatural activity has been occurring in his home. He says that he's seen unexplained shadows, experienced sleep paralysis, and most bizarre of all, he says that some unseen thing actually bit him on the back. Franco decides to set up a small CCTV camera to record himself as he sleeps.
The dog looks awake. And I think maybe his room needs a good dusting. Look at that. Maybe he has the fan going and it's stirring the air up.
A blurry white figure seems to appear on camera. Oddly enough, whatever it is doesn't seem to upset or excite Franco's dog. It continues to sleep through the entire incident. 3 days later, Franco's bedsheet is pulled off by something.
Well, the problem there is the way the camera was positioned. Whatever pulled the bedsheet off could have been just off of camera, just off the side of the camera, so it's hard to say.
But it doesn't end there. 2 days later, on April 30th, Franco Villegas starts to hear knocking on his bedroom door.
Bueno, son las 1 de la mañana casi. Y nada, para ser concreto, como ven, no tengo audio ni música en el video porque nada, me golpearon la puerta muy fuerte y estoy solo. Despertamos todos los gatos y están todos muy fijos en la puerta, así que voy a mover la cámara apuntando hacia allá. Veremos mañana en la mañana o en la madrugada si capto algo.
So, Franco changes the angle of the CCTV camera to point towards his door. 5 days go by without incident. But on May 5th, as Franco sleeps, his security camera catches something truly chilling.
Well, interesting. Hello there. Whoop. Now, what was interesting about that is you could say when the door starts to open, there could have been someone hidden on the other side towards the edge, kind of pushing it from the edge, but when it opens all the way, you see there's no one there. So you could say, well, maybe someone in the room is pulling it open with a string, but then it closes again, which means they would have to employ another string on the other side of the door to close it the other way. So I don't see any strings, but it is a kind of a blurry video, but that would be a sort of an elaborate setup for that. So, and then of course there's the girl, which who knows, could be a spooky girl, sort of a type 1 entity, type 2 if it moved the door, or it could just be a friend of his that's in on it with him.
The camera records what seems to be the pale face of a girl peeking into Franco's room as he sleeps. In desperation, Franco asks his TikTok viewers for advice on what to do about the strange spirit that seems to haunt his home. One viewer recommends an odd sort of seance, saying that Franco should try talking to the spirit while holding a candle in front of a mirror.
Estoy solo acá en el baño. Bueno, me dijeron que he traído una vela y un espejo y iba a poder hablar con ella. Amiga, por favor, te pido que me dejes solo. Te lo pido, por favor. ¡Ah, conchetumare!
Now, I'm certainly not saying that this footage is real, but what makes it more compelling is that Franco clearly shows that the bathtub is empty and that he's alone only seconds before the girl appears. One night, Franco is filming one of his cats playing, and what happens next is truly bizarre.
Hay ruido en el primer piso. Está...
What's that, dark shape climbing up the stairs there? And then it shuts the door. Well, right there, it looked like there was some sort of dark shape climbing up the stairs at the top of the stairs, and an argument against there being a string on the door to close it with was the fact that he rushed out and opened the door and walked right through the area where there would have been a string. Although, if a string had been there, they could have just, dropped it as soon as they used it to close the door, so that way it wouldn't have been in his way when he's coming out. But, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty spooky.
¡Ah, concha! ¡Ey! ¡Ey! Ah, no way.
And if you look at the banister here on the right side of the video, it looks like it's open right here underneath the banister. Like if somebody climbed to the top of the stairs, they could really quickly duck off the side of the stairs under the banister to get out of the way before he came down with the camera. It's just a possibility.
¡Ah, conchetumare!
So, is Franco Villegas' house truly haunted? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. You can follow Franco's continuing story over on his TikTok page. Out of step.
I don't know.
TikTok user BetsAnAngel69
Inconclusive.
is a 44-year-old mother of 3 that mainly uses her TikTok account to keep up with her older children. One day, when looking across the street from where she lives, she notices a mysterious figure pacing back and forth. She took a video of it and shared it with one of her friends.
Blurry, blurry. Now, of course, a lot of these videos are just recorded by people with their cell phones that happen to be in whatever situation. But if you're specifically going to go out and try to record spooky footage, you should get the nicest camera you can afford. So that way, the picture is nice and clear. And if you do happen to record something, people can't just chalk it up to a low-quality lens or camera or blurry video or anything like that. So we have a blurry shape moving back and forth in the distance.
The next day, the figure is back again. It paces back and forth for hours on end. Bet thinks that whoever it is might have a mental illness, which would explain the erratic behavior.
It's a
Records
Bigfoot.
again, and this time posts the video on TikTok to see what other people think.
One of them there big feets.
Talia, get over here.
A little clearer in this picture.
I can't even zoom in any closer.
It's certainly dark against a background
See it?
that's green, so the background is lighter than
Back and forth,
than
back and
the
forth.
person or the figure is.
In the comments on her TikTok, BetsAnAngel69 gets many questions about the history of the location, and some viewers even wonder if the event might be of a paranormal nature. Bet follows up with another video.
Okay, so everybody that's been kind of curious, this is the church that's directly across the street from my house.
Little
That I
church.
was explaining. This is the area where we see that figure. It just walks back and forth every day, all day. Now, I've been over there a couple of times. As I walk up on it, there's just nothing there.
Now, whoever or whatever the figure might be, it seems that Bet's dog is a little freaked out as well.
Doggy. Well, the dog's certainly barking at something.
It's okay, buddy.
And if she goes to that church, if she attends that church, that's a pretty convenient location.
When Bet sees the figure again, she decides to go take a look.
That right there where it kind of walks forward a little bit and then turns, more than any other point in the video so far, it really just looked like a person out there wandering around.
But she's too scared to go alone. She brings her husband along, and they go to investigate.
My husband has agreed to walk me over and see what we can find.
I can't believe you talked me into this.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Here's the spot.
I don't see anything.
No, I don't either. I mean, it's pretty full. Hello? Is anybody there? I'm so nervous. What was that?
I don't know.
Do you need help? This is the moment we turned and ran.
Well, a little bit of a yell sound there, a little bit of a sound of someone yelling.
I know it might not seem that scary on camera, but when we were up that close, it was so loud, and it was just this almost guttural scream.
Maybe he had gone to Taco Bell earlier, I'm just saying.
This is the moment we heard it and ran. You can kind of see us back there. And we took off. My poor husband was like, F this. He kept looking back. I think at one point he was like, TikTok, I'm out of here. This is done.
Now, did Bets and Angel 69 capture a ghost stuck in a recurring loop? Could it just be some deranged person and nothing paranormal at all? Or is it all just a hoax? Let me know what you think. Check out Bets and Angel's TikTok page to follow her continuing story.
Well, I think there's a fairly good chance that maybe it's just some homeless person, something like that. And when they came close to the area, it just wanted to scare them off. You know, I mean, again, it could be a type 1, but it seems more like just a person walking back and forth.
The Watcher. Ghost hunting channel Polish Paranormal TV explores an allegedly haunted building deep in the woods near the city of Katowice, Poland. A dark history surrounds the location. Only a month prior to the investigation, the burned body of a homeless man was discovered by an unsuspecting hiker. Since then, there have been rumors of weird and unexplained things happening to all who enter the abandoned house.
Well, finding that in and of itself would be a weird and unexplained thing, I would think.
Before Polish Paranormal TV start their investigation, they check the grounds to make sure that they are completely alone.
Zrobiliśmy już rekonesans. Jesteśmy totalnie sami. Nie ma tutaj nikogo oprócz nas. No, wchodzimy do środka. Dobra. Jak widzicie, budynek jednak jest trochę w średnim stanie. Tylko już w środku.
Once inside the house, they immediately begin to hear strange noises.
Jeżeli jesteś tutaj z nami, daj nam znać. Będziemy wiedzieć, że jesteś i odejdziemy.
It's a good thing the entity understands Polish.
Każdy odejdzie w swoją stronę. Już tu więcej nie wrócimy.
I didn't really hear anything.
Czasem tak bywa w takich miejscach.
Now, the guys laugh it off at first, but things get a bit more serious when they get a direct response to a question.
Masz kolejną szansę, możesz się z nami skomunikować. Daj jakiś znak, że tutaj jesteś.
Didn't hear anything there either.
Skąd to było?
I heard a car go by.
They keep hearing odd sounds around the house, but they can't find the source. But their YouTube viewers were shocked when they noticed this.
Kto tu jest?
Pizza guy.
Kto tu jest?
Oh, something moved in the doorway.
Did you see it? The Polish ghost hunters didn't notice at the time or even point it out in their video, but someone seems to be walking around the corner just as they check the staircase.
That almost looked like you could see they were wearing pants and shoes. Maybe it was just someone that snuck in through an open window. Something like that.
Kto tu jest? Halo? Nie, to bez jaj.
Although I guess now they're outside.
Cisza.
So that would have been someone outside sneaking around the outside of the building. And is it snowing
Now,
there?
It certainly could just be a homeless man in the building that came to check out the noise. But again, I remind you, before the investigation, the Polish Paranormal TV crew inspected the entire building to make sure they were alone.
That doesn't mean someone might not have been out in the woods and come up on the building later on after they were already in it, of course.
So, what do you think? Is it a paranormal entity or just a wandering homeless man?
Wandering
Let me know
dude.
down in the comments.
I vote for wandering dude.
Quiet voice. Popular YouTuber and paranormal explorer Ricky Velasquez frequently does live streams while exploring allegedly haunted locations in Mexico. In this live stream, Ricky and a female friend are exploring a haunted house in Ciudad Guzman, Mexico. They begin to hear what sounds like the voice of a little girl. They call out to the child, and that's when things get truly bizarre.
Niña. Chiquita.
¿Cómo te llamas? Gaby.
Niña.
Espérate, aquí. ¿Escuchaste? ¿Escuchaste?
No, que me...
Hola. ¿Te podemos ver?
Niña.
¿Quieres que te veamos?
Why don't they go up and check, you know? Go up and see if someone's there.
Manifiéstate.
Niña.
Yo no voy a correr.
Escucha como que se queja, pobrecita. Niña. Chiquita.
Déjanos verte, no te vamos a lastimar.
Chiquita. Chiquita, asómate.
Yo no la veo.
Something's there.
¿Y si me asomo nada más yo?
Woohoo. Uh-oh.
Ay, no.
¿Ya la viste? ¿Ya la viste?
Sí, ya se la miré, no sé si la grabaste.
¿Ya la viste? ¿La vieron?
So, did Ricky Velasquez capture the ghost of a little girl on his live stream? What do you think?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so it's spooky. Maybe it's, you know, another one of those type 2 entities. But the thing is, actually it'd be more like a type 1 because it didn't move any objects. But the thing is, maybe it was just someone that was hiding in the house, someone that maybe was lost. They should have gone up there to see if there was someone there that was lost or someone that they could have helped instead of just running off like that.
You can see the full investigation over on Ricky Velasquez's YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. To submit or suggest videos, email me at nukestop5@gmail.com. And also for...
Anyhow, so there we go. There's the video. None of them were conclusive for me. I mean, sure, they're spooky, they're interesting, but none of them were really conclusive, I thought. So what did you think about these? Did any of them seem more real to you than others? Did any of them seem obviously fake or staged to you? Let me know. And tune in again for more.